I'll start off by welcoming everybody tonight. And it's really good to see everyone. And I'm especially attached to this topic. So I look forward to sharing some good information with you. Our office manager shared something with me before I came upstairs, and I really like that. Those who know do, those who understand teach. And that's by Aristotle. And that that's what I like about what we're doing, is being able to teach and continue to learn and pass on information. And let's why don't we start with anybody who's got anything they want to share about how they've been doing and what they're actually, any results they've been having, or anything you want to just share about your own experiences. Sure, Kimberly, you want to unmute?
Well, I've been taking the Pure Cleanse fiber caps for 2 months now since they first come out, and I can definitely tell I haven't been craving sugar anymore. I don't crave alcoholic drinks or anything like that. And I have a friend that said the same thing. She's like, I didn't even notice, but I don't even crave things anymore. And then with my parents, they've been taking, my stepdad's been taking the cleanse caps, and to get him to take anything is saying a lot. And he feels so much better. He doesn't have as many stomach issues. He doesn't have the acid reflux as much, and he's on a lot of prescriptions for that. And then my mom also just went in. She had cysts. Well, she had a cyst removed last year on her spinal cord. She went back into the doctor, and they found more cysts on her kidneys and on her spine, and her colon was inflamed. And the doctor actually told her, well, she told the doctor that she was going to start taking this detox and this cleanse. And he's actually told her if she would have been taking that before she went in, she wouldn't have had the inflamed colon. So to have her doctor actually say yeah, you should really take it, it's going to help, I think was really that really helped her and kind of justified her taking it. And now she's actually even more excited to take it. But so yeah, that's
story. Neat. That's really good. And I bet your mom was excited to hear that too. Yeah.
She's gonna start it now right away, because before she was like, well, I deliver mail, I'm afraid to stop and have to use the bathroom. But she started and she's like, okay, that's not as the case as she thought it was going to be. So
that is great. Good. Anybody else? Oren, can you unmute?
I wanted to give a shout out on that immune formula. I've been taking that for the past couple of weeks now, and I'm wondering if you misnamed it, because it seems to be that I've been having problems with reflux when I sleep, GERDs, and I've had a real problem with the cough and being able to talk, and I'm not seeming to have any issues with that now. And the only thing I've done that's different is taking that immune formula. So maybe we need to rename it or something. I don't know, but it's good stuff.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you.
My seal of approval.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Paul.
Wow, this is great. Great news. I've been spending a lot of time, almost like a routine of meditation. And I've been clearing my head of all the noise and chatter. And I'm thinking, how can you feel any better than this? And talking to you, Judy, and getting deep into the gut health, it only gets better and better. I mean, you can't just have one and not the other. And when I started doing the Pure Cleanse, that just kind of brought me to a whole different part of, I mentioned this before, that the more I started to detox and to remove the toxins, I started to have different conversations with people. I started to track people that were on that same kind of level of wanting to eliminate the junk. And then I met some people that are on plant-based diets. And then I have different conversations with my dad that are on just a different level, that it was always there, but it never resonated until I started to change what's coming in and what's going out. And I just wanted to share how grateful I am to you and to your team to have such a phenomenal product that really works. And that's just part of it. It'll steer you down so many other roads that weren't even there before. And I'm just grateful for that. And it's all good. And it's, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. That was great. And we have Danilo and Joel and Veronica joined us, and Sandy. That is pretty cool. Yeah, thank you very much. So how about let's put up the first slide, Kimberly, all those questions. Okay, we're going to get right into it now. Gut and brain connection. Do you sleep well? Can you recall your dreams when you wake up? Are you able to dream lucidly, knowing you're dreaming while you're in the dream? Do you learn rapidly? Are you able to adapt to new situations easily? Are you able to leave work stress in the office and not take it home? So these are just some basic questions, but people who have worked a lot with the gut and brain connection, these are just what are the common questions they like to start out with. And at this time, I want to share with you, when I had my brain injury in 2016, and I fell on the ice, I woke up under the car, and as it ended up, it was a traumatic brain injury. And the thing that I did notice right away from the brain injury, my gut locked up. My whole intestinal tract locked up. So I had no question after that, the direct effect that the brain and the gut have, the similar receptors, when there's a concussion, when there's a damage in somewhere not working right in the brain, it's not working right in the colon. Same thing with the colon. When we have a lot of toxins in the colon or the blood, then it affects the brain. And all through grade school, I was in special learning classes. They thought I had a mental handicap. And understandably, at that time, it would definitely seem like that. I couldn't remember a word, how to spell it, or read a book, or let alone a chapter. And so I had help, and I had a lot of special learning needs. And years later, when I started to really detoxify, the first time was when, beginning to end, I read a book. Prior to that, even through college and school, I always had to have tutors, and multiple tutors. And when I was able to see how in the world my brain could function better with less toxins, was pretty amazing. So we know there's a direct connection, and I want to show you even clearer a connection here. So Kimberly, let's go to the next. Yeah, this is so cool. Okay, and this is the chart of iridology. Okay, that's the analysis of the iris. Okay, in the center is the pupil. Let me grab a pen here. It is the pupil. And then outside the pupil is the stomach, then the colon, the small intestine, the large intestine. All the nutrients that go into the rest of the organs of the body come through the digestive tract, then they go through the colon. And in order for there to be the right nutrients in the body, it has to go, and to get any nutrition into the bloodstream, it has to come through the stomach and the colon. And this is genius, what we are created from. And the eyes are the windows to the soul. We can have such a direct reflection to what's going on in the rest of the body. So this is one of the things that I studied for close to a little over 35 years, is iridology. And there's segments of the colon that have to do with where you absorb calcium, magnesium, B vitamins, all your minerals, all your supplements. Every detail of that colon is so incredibly created and designed to absorb particular nutrients. It is fascinating. So when I look at the eyes, I could see where people may be blocked in their ability to absorb calcium. Okay, if there's toxins in that segment of the colon, you could see if there are kinks in the colon. You could see if there's a transverse colon, putting more pressure on the lower extremities. And then every time, depending on where the blockages are in the colon, it affects those organs right outside that. And on the very outside, you'll see skin, okay? Because a lot of toxins can accumulate under the skin. There's the lymphatic system, there's the circulatory system as well. And again, that has to do with, how well the body is, the blood flow, how you could tell if there's congestion in the immune system or not. You could see if the spine's out of alignment. And a lot of times it depends on what's going on in the intestinal tract that's putting pressure on the spine area too. And when you can get that relieved and then work with correcting some of these conditions, it's amazing. Now, the area I want you to really look at is transverse colon, right at the top where it says transverse colon. And then at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock is the brain area. The majority of people that I've done iridology with show toxicity in the brain area, and especially the transverse colon. Okay, and so people say, I want to open up my third eye. Oh, I want the pituitary gland to work more effectively. My memory recall, I want to, be sharper. I'm not focusing as well. I don't have quite clarity of the thought and concentration. Well, this is where up through here that when I shared with you on the last class where I said the body heals from the head down, this is where when you start to detoxify and you start to move toxins out of the system, it's going to pull it in the brain area. It can help remove the chemicals in the brain. The brain is mostly fatty tissue, and heavy metals especially will gravitate to the brain because they really love fatty tissue, and especially the brain area. So when you detoxify, it starts to clean out. Then we talk about foods that have been genetically modified, GMO. They're designed to alter DNA, and there's a lot of chemicals within those foods that we pick up that affect the brain area. So, and I just want to make mention that all of the products that we do have with Miracles of Health are non-GMO, and really, really clear about that. So I want to mention some of the metal toxins that can go to the brain area. You know how, I know my grandmother, my mother used to cook with aluminum pots and pans. That's very unhealthy for the brain area. The body will accumulate the aluminum from that, as well as we know from plastics, the formaldehyde. Okay, there's formaldehyde in clothes, in dairy products, furniture, nail polish. Some nail polishes don't have it, but the formaldehyde, again, the chemicals affect the brain. Therefore, they have a direct effect on the gut. We used to have more lead in homes from the paints, definitely lead pipes. So I'm sharing this to say we have been, and we still are, constantly exposed to environmental toxins. Okay, even chemtrails. Okay, that puts down a lot of chemicals that are in the air that we ingest. Dental fillings, depending on the type of fillings, you know, that you have in your mouth. The fish and seafood is affected by the mercury more today than ever. So, so I love this chart, and I love the idea that you get to see why we prioritize the importance of gut health. And what they say, there's the head brain and there's the gut brain. Let's go ahead to the next slide, Kimberly. And serotonin. A lot of people think serotonin is just created in the brain area. The hormone of serotonin is, you know, we'll take it just to create more serotonin. But 95% of the serotonin is found in the gut. It's created in the gut. Okay. And in order for a person to regulate their sleep, in order for people to help stabilize their mood, help, you know, to work with managing the stress better, it's so important. Again, the more we clean the gut out, the more it makes a difference with the serotonin. And it's considered the feel-good, happy hormone. Well, it makes a difference of the level of serotonin that we have. If you've ever had a brain injury, chances are the serotonin has been compromised. And again, in treating the body in a healthy way to get rid of the toxins, changing food, becoming less sedentary can make a difference of the serotonin level in the body. Now, during the night, when we sleep, serotonin converts into melatonin. Okay, and then that's where people can get into even a better sleep, even a deeper sleep. So let's go ahead to the next one. Okay, so types of inflammatory conditions that are in the bowels. Some of you may have heard of this. And again, I'm sharing this information because prevention is the key. All right, we wouldn't have all of these disease conditions. This is only a part of them. This is the most popular ones. Popular meaning common, of what people generally have in their gut. So diverticulitis, there's inflammatory bowel disease, irritable bowel syndrome, celiac, colitis. There's different types of colitis, but there's an ulcerated type of colitis. Leaky gut. Okay, that's where the toxins aren't able to release out of the body, but they got to go back in and circulate in the body into the bloodstream. And there are types. I want to say they call it a ballooned bowel. Okay, where it will even burst, okay? And it could get full and full. It's amazing how expanded the bowel can become, and then it erupts. There are fissures. The gastrointestinal disease, the Crohn's disease. Appendicitis is from a toxic colon. And constipation is related to appendicitis many times. The chronic diarrhea, hemorrhoids, colon cancer. It just goes on and on. The core to, again, healing, brain, our head brain and our gut brain, is to be aware of the influences and how to minimize toxins in our system, but especially they got to be eliminated. Somebody today asked a question, actually, Kimberly brought it to my attention, about someone said, can you take Pure Cleanse, for the rest of your life? And that's such a great question, because some of you are already starting to have these great experiences with Pure Cleanse. Pure Cleanse has fiber in it. We all need fiber, okay? About 30 grams of fiber a day. It has herbs in it. Herbs are food. Some of the bitter herbs that are there are helping to constrict, release, organs and muscle, and especially organs in the body that are holding the toxins, like the liver, the gallbladder, small intestine, large intestine. So by law, I'm not allowed to say, yes, you can do anything the rest of your life. I can say, if it was me, I have no problem with that, and I will continue to do that for the rest of my life. I had no idea, as time goes, how clear the focus becomes and the awareness. And we were talking about, Paul brought that up, intuition, follow your gut. How can you follow your gut if you have all this gurgling going on, or your head isn't too clear, or there's more confusion? The higher amount of toxicity, the higher amount of confusion and the lack of clarity. The clarity that keeps coming is a real gentle process. Sometimes you might notice it right away, and then all of a sudden, a month later, oh my gosh, I didn't notice that before. You start paying attention to some things that you typically would just bypass it. And toxicity didn't build overnight. It's not going to go away overnight. But the longer we pay attention and do a cleansing process, the deeper it's going to keep going. Okay, Kimberly, let's go to the next one. So have a number of you heard of leaky gut? Okay, so these are the villi where there's the normal gut and the leaky gut. And the thing that, this is really good to know, because these tight junctures that are in the normal gut, okay, see, it's just real tight, nothing gets through. But when you have a leaky gut, because of the toxicity, ongoing acid forming foods, toxicity, there becomes a leaky gut. And that's where the toxins again stay circulating in the bloodstream. And no matter how nutritious your food is, it continues to dump the toxins back into the system. Yes, this definitely can be improved and corrected naturally. Let's go to the next one. So people who choose to have especially gluten-free, or those who've been diagnosed with this condition, celiac. And Kimberly, if you don't mind sharing, I'd love for you to share what you just experienced recently with this. or not with this disease, but with the gluten-free?
So I have a friend that's gluten-free, and we went out to Crazy Carl's to get pizza, and we got a gluten-free pizza, and which I actually liked more, the taste of it more, but afterwards I didn't feel gross, if that's a good word for it. I didn't feel bloated. Like, we went shopping and stuff afterwards and I felt fine, where normally after eating like a couple pieces of pizza, I'm just like, ugh, let's just go home and like watch TV or something. But like, I didn't feel gross afterwards, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it, but I could definitely tell I had gluten-free pizza after eating it, though. That's for sure.
And it's not that bad at all.
No, it was good. I probably actually will only get gluten-free pizza now after that, for sure.
It's come a long ways with how they're making certain products. Okay. And the idea is some people go gluten-free, then they go too much sugar too, and too much carbs. Okay. But the gluten-free is, it will digest so much easier. And again, here's a condition that most people think they will have the rest of their life. Not true. The more you clean your system out, the more you change the condition that's in the liver and the gallbladder as well, lower the toxicity, the body will start to heal on its own. And remember, when we're following the laws of the universe of cause and effect, okay, it never disappoints you, ever. The brilliancy, the intelligency that is in us to constantly heal, we're constantly led towards the light, towards truth. It will give you the results you so desire of health and wellness. So in the brain, the head brain, here's where you want to program. I am healthy. I am dynamic. My body's immune system is getting stronger every day in every way. I mean, what are the thoughts that you're programming to your cells, to your consciousness, to your body? And then it's a given. It has to comply. And it's becoming more responsible with our food choices, more responsible, more aware of maybe our water intake. What am I doing to take care of my health today, to take care of my mental health today? And then bottom line to me, it's a fulfillment of life, is to be able to live and experience a life that is full of joy, that has more happiness, and that we can feel this down to our bones. Okay, Kimberly, let's go to the next one. Probiotics. So a lot of you may have heard for years and years and years about acidophilus and taking probiotics. And this is so incredibly important, especially if you've ever taken medications, if you've taken antibiotics, which kills the friendly and the unfriendly bacteria. And to build up the friendly bacteria, you might want to take 1 or 2 probiotics a day. How do you know if it's a good probiotic? That's what I really do want to help teach you right now. Is what you do is you take a couple capsules of probiotics, put it in a cup of warm milk, okay? And you let it there, might be 1 day, 2 days, maybe 3 days, but it's got to get warm. So what will happen is it will thicken up. It should really start to thicken up. Very, very few probiotics will do that. And I'll tell you what, you're wasting your money. If a probiotic you have in your house put it to the test. If it is not doing that, it's not doing anything for your gut. But a true probiotic will thicken up, and it can make a difference of the friendly bacteria in your whole digestive tract. Okay, and this is, yeah, it affects depression and anxiety, the immune system. Very important to use with diverticulitis. Okay, and diverticulitis, I had that years ago. And again, I had shared, my father was a butcher, and I had a lot of meat, not a little, a lot. That was the main course. And I developed diverticulitis. Diverticulitis, a person is usually suffering from good alkaline foods and definitely fiber. Although in treating diverticulitis, you have to slowly integrate fiber into the system. When I had it at the time, I didn't slowly integrate it. I just went all the way and I had fabulous results. So I could just say we always have to suggest starting easy, but it's a condition, a state of inflammation. As a lot of these conditions I was talking about, it's inflammation in the digestive tract and colon, okay, can be minimized by increasing your fiber, increasing the probiotics, having food choices that are more alkaline. Okay, let's go to the next one, Kimberly. This is great. This is great. Okay, form follows thought. Okay, what we think about grows. So Louise Hay, these came from Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. These are affirmations, the probable cause. Okay, these are root thought forms, affirmations that may have helped to keep something in place. The new thought form, the positive thought form, is how to neutralize that, how to change that. And this has been studied worldwide forever. And another book that I use to get a lot of this information of, and it really works, is called Feelings Buried Alive Never Die by Carol Trueman. It's a fabulous book. And I was sharing earlier with Joel, and we were just talking about getting the issues out of the tissues. Okay, things just get stuck, okay, in our tissues. And this lifelong process truly is about how to release these issues out of our tissues. We allow more positive thought forms, develop more positive habits that make a difference with how well our immune system will regenerate in the way it's designed to. So at the very end, most likely tomorrow, anybody who would like on this call, we'll send this chart to you. And I think it would be really nice to just have it. And if you have, any concern or any conditions, you want to put it to the test or get the book, You Can Heal Your Life, that'd be great. And after this one, is this the video? What's next? And I want to mention before we start the video, the man who put it together is on this call tonight, Danilo. And I think you're in London, Danilo. And Kara, who works for me here, her and I kind of orchestrated this together, but we had a lot of guidance and help with Danilo. So I want to play this for you right now and see what you think. And hopefully it will make an impression. Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining Miracles of Health today. We are thrilled to share with you a wonderful test that you don't want to miss. And this is about how powerful Pura Cleanse is, especially if you are having some fast food. This blender with some warm water in there is similar to maybe your stomach. So I am going to pour some French fries, the burger we're gonna put here, this has a direct effect on your health. But I'm going to show you what else you can do. This is what happens when we digest fast food, foods that are high in fats. We are going to let this set. Now, after about 30 minutes, look at the separation of the fat and with the food, and just think, this is what happens in our digestive tract. Here comes the magic. We are going to put in 1 heaping tablespoon of PuraCleanse. We will blend it for a short time. And guess what? The PuraCleanse helps move the toxins and the fats right out of the digestive tract. Look how that encapsulated the fat in the food, and it will move easily right through your digestive tract and less damage to your organs. The power of PuraCleanse. We use the finest psyllium that you can find anywhere in this country. Another way to say it, it's like a daily oil change. So thank you for joining us, and try the PuraCleanse. You could go to our website at miraclesofhealth.com. Learn more about PuraCleanse.
Thank you, Kimberly. How about that, huh? We should thank Danilo. Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah. And Kara, she was just so terrific on the day we did that. Oh my goodness. I think that was your first week working
Wow.
here or something. What
It was
Danilo-
great working with you on that one.
Thank you. We're going to be, now that we got the snow cleared out and we got back in our office yesterday, I'll be doing some more projects with Danilo as well.
Looking forward.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything they want to share or say before we're done?
Well, I'm here with my Elixir 2400. Thank you, Judy.
You're welcome. You're
And I really
welcome.
appreciate your understanding of all of this. I mean, some of it we know and we try to do it, but we don't understand what happens inside our bodies unless we have someone like you to teach us. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. And thanks, Sandy, for joining as well. That's awesome. She's in San Diego. And thanks, Jan, for coming. And this is just, and Joel, you too. It's, you know, our health is our wealth. And investing in our health and our awareness of what the mind does. And I mean, I recently had such an incredible, that's why I love teaching too and sharing, just such a huge breakthrough actually this afternoon. And I couldn't tell the last 2 days what in the world was really eating my lunch. You know, what was it inside of me that, and I don't think I could have come to this level of clarity if I wasn't committed and invested in trying to make things better and improve myself and learning, be vulnerable and learn how to do things differently, learn how to do things better. And this life isn't about being perfect, okay? I'd rather be happy, you know, than right. And, you know, I get to be as human as anybody else, you know, to have these experiences to, you know, how can I improve this? How can I definitely be a better partner? How can I definitely be a better boss? Or I don't like that word boss, but leader, okay? I'm learning, you go on this track, you're on a fast track, okay? There are things that we might not be aware of until somebody might spark a question and ask something. And that's some of you are on the call here. Joel is my life coach and is incredible. And it's just been a really beautiful process. And so I think with this awareness that I had probably in the last hour, it's amazing. I can imagine all the toxins that are going to dump out of my body that have been stuck in some tissues, you know, and I just love all of you and I appreciate your patience because it's a real process and that it's a gentle process. It's a loving and a kind process. And learning how to have that on a deeper level, that I can have it more for the people around me has been a realization even in the last 2 hours. You know, I don't ever want to stop learning. I don't even want to stop growing and change. I don't want to, you know, change is inevitable and embracing it so I can have more of a fulfilling life. How do I serve better? That means I got to do my work. I got to do my work inside too, every day and in every way. So I want to thank all of you for joining and look forward to, we're going to have some really good sessions coming up on parasites. Woohoo. Okay. And CBD. Okay. We're going to be engaging in some of those as well. And yep. And I will see you all next time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judy.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Judy. Loved it.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Have a great night, everyone.